Hello. Hello, everyone. Monica Corrado here. All right, I'll start over. Hello, everyone. Monica Corrado here. What can I tell you? Ask the Gap Chef. This is a Facebook Live. I am coming to you from Florida instead of Colorado, and I am happy to be here with all of you. Hello, Veronica. Okay, just a couple quick things. Again, I am not a medical doctor, and nothing I say has been approved by the FDA. I do my very best to represent Dr. Natasha and her work. Gut and psychology syndrome, gut and physiology syndrome. My name is Monica Corrado, and she calls me the Gap Chef. So here I am answering your questions. I do not have I do not have anything prepared for today, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't do something pretty fast because you know me. I could talk about anything that you like, pretty much, in gaps. Okay, so happy to have everyone here. Whoever's here, welcome, welcome. And yeah, please do visit my YouTube channel, which is Ask the Gap Chef. Please share those videos with friends who are trying to make heads or tails out of gaps. Um, the one really that I love for people to watch is May 5th, which I did this year, called The Four Pillars, which is the basics of the GAPS diet. All right, so here we are. Hello, Niska. Howdy from Montana. Howdy. Hello, Leonie. Hello. Thank you so much for your good wishes. Hello, Muna. Good to have you. All right, so what can we talk about today? Here I am. It is December, so let's see. It's December 6th. Hmm. Hmm. I know you're all thinking about holidays, probably. Yeah, we can talk about baking. We can talk about meat stock. We can talk about whatever you would like. I really just wanted to get on the video today because it's good for me and my heart to be with you, be with all of you. Hello, Marie from Kentucky. I think that's Kentucky. All right. So, should we just do a fickle finger of fate and have me talk about just about anything, or is there something that you really would like me to talk about today, to teach on today? Just throw it in the old comments, folks. Oh, I do have some news. The news is that my new book is out. It's the second edition of my beautiful complete cooking techniques for the GAPS diet. Um, it is available. Second edition. Really gorgeous. Spiral and everything else. So, all right. I'm going to grab my book and see what we can do. They're right behind me. Of course, I travel with them. Right? Here we are. Yellow, blue. All right. Yay. Thank you, Lena. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Dad is still in the hospital. He's still in the ICU. Golly, 11 days now. So he's tired. Anyway, I think I'll start there. Just a couple of quick things and then I'll jump into your questions. So I think all of us have these challenges because we know in our heart of hearts that food is the foundation of good health. We know that food is healing. We know that it matters what we eat. We know that how food is grown matters. We know that how it is stewarded or not matters. We know that how it's harvested matters, when it's harvested matters. We know how it's cooked matters. I know that I've talked with you all before about Something I learned from Sally Fallon a long time ago. It's in her Nourishing Traditions book. That the cook is the most important person in the monastery, meaning the person who's cooking for others has the sacred task of making beautiful, nourishing food, of putting their love in the food, of putting their energy in the food. And that when we cook, and um, we need to be in a really good space when we're cooking, everybody. So, right? We don't cook if you're angry. Don't cook if if you're exhausted. I know all of us are exhausted. Haha. But don't cook if you're angry. Because that goes right in the food. So I bring this up because we all know that food is the foundation of well-being and health, and I am witnessing firsthand not only the health of my dad, which is not good, as an 81-year-old man whose wife died in March, who has been trying to cook for himself, but the food out there is just a nightmare. The food from the grocery stores, which Dr. Natasha says there's no food in grocery stores. I agree with her at this point, almost. So I'm witnessing this beloved family member whose health has been compromised by all the chemicals in the food, by all the soy protein that's in everything, by uh, all the fats that are so bad, and they're everywhere. They're in everything: soy oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever that is. All these things, and then he's in the hospital, and so now I get to witness the garbage that he is eating. Right, the hospital food, folks. So it's really painful for those of us that know that food works, that know that food is so important, and that nourishment is so important. It's really hard to see. I have the blessing and challenge of feeding my dad because he can't feed himself right now. And here I am feeding him these foods that I would never serve him. But this is what there is, right? So, what can I do in a moment like that? I do what I tell you all so many times: bless it and go. If I sit there and get upset about the fact that the food that they're giving him is not nourishing, let's just say not nourishing, that's a kind way to put it, right? I will be very upset. So I'm just doing my best to bless the food and ask that it give him what he needs. That's my strategy. I'm not sure if it's working, but I'm working on it. So it's hard, folks. I speak this because I think it's important for people to know that I'm with ya. I know it's hard to find good food. I know it's hard to source good food, find good food. I know it takes effort in the kitchen. I know it. I'm with you. And is it worth it? Man, it's worth it to me. We see people get well all the time on this diet, and it's really quite miraculous. And the sad thing is, I will not be able to see the miracle with my dad because, yeah, because a prophet is never heard in their own country. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, folks. I'm just saying it's a saying, right? Okay, in any case, I just wanted to say that whatever you're doing, if you do it with good intention and your desire is to nourish your child, nourish your family, nourish yourself, it really counts a lot. And at the same time, just do the best you can. and bless it and go. All right, I'm going to jump on here. I hope that was helpful in some way to you all. But I just wanted to let you know that, life is busy, life is hard, life is challenging, and food is the foundation. All right. Oh, thanks, Hala. So good to see you. Okay. Yep. So sad. I know. I'm not sure there's any healing going on in that hospital. I mean, there's a lot of triage happening, but certainly there's no nourishment going on through the food. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. All right, here we go. Yes, Uma, I can definitely talk iodine. All right, let's see what else there is. Hello, Victorious Valerie. So good to have you. Hello, Marie. Hello, Lee. Hello, Lee. Hello, Hamda. Hello. Hello, Karen. Yes. Niska, Karen. Yes. Okay, here we go. All right, so from the beginning, hello, Faria. Good to have you. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. So Leonie asked, I'm going to start from the top down. I'm going to wonder why my hair is flipping out on me today. We don't know. Who knows? Okay. I can eat very little with my histamine intolerance issues. Today I had a little bit of sprouted oats with my cooked apples and lots of cream. Are sprouted oat groats okay? No. Okay, so just so everybody's clear, there are no grains on the GAPS diet. None. Zero. No oats, no rice, certainly no wheat. So no gluten-free grains, no quinoa, nada, no. Of course, if you were on the Weston A. Price diet, what we call the well diet, then sprouted oats are great, but they're not good for GAPS. Two reasons. One, grains are large molecules and can injure the gut. Two, grains are carbohydrate. They're starch. Yeah, and starch feeds pathogens. So not a good idea. Let's drop those from your diet. In terms of histamine intolerance issues, I did a whole talk on histamine. Some of the folks that are with us today know that. I would look at my Ask the GAPS Chef videos on YouTube and just look for histamine. I've talked about histamine before and histamine intolerance and what it is and how it works, and take a look there. I hope that's helpful. I think it'll be helpful to you. Just in general, folks, if you're going to make, let me start in a different place. Fermented foods are high in histamine unless and until you ferment them long. Long meaning a year, 2 years, a year, right? So everybody put up some sauerkraut now. Those of you that have histamine issues, put up some sauerkraut now and don't touch it for 6 months to a year, and then try some. Okay, good idea to do that, everybody. All right, let's see. La 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 la. Going down. Anxiety. Oh, Karen. Karen and everyone else, please go and look at again, it's on my YouTube channel. It's also on this page because I've saved all of the videos. So you can go back through the Facebook Lives if you want to. It's called Trauma. It's either called Tools for Trauma or Healing Trauma or something like that. So, anxiety. So anxiety usually has to do with worrying about the future. I could do that a lot right now. Try not to. Anxiety. So there's many issues to anxiety. A, what are you thinking? What are the thoughts that you're thinking that are making you anxious? B, do you have enough minerals in your diet? Minerals calm anxiety. Minerals, so good quality salt. Please watch the video on salt. Magnesium, potassium, those things can help calm the system. So minerals plus fat equals anxiety lowering, going down. So try some of that. um, potassium, magnesium, thinking. Good salt for sure, as much salt as you want. Oh, and the last thing, anxiety. You know, I did a whole thing when I talked about trauma about flower remedies. And so look into for anxiety the flower remedy from Bach, Bach, the flower remedy from Bach called Aspen. Aspen, Aspen. You can take that flower remedy for anxiety. I work with flower remedies a lot with my people, my clients, my family, my clients, myself, and yeah, aspen is wonderful. Aspen from the aspen tree. So that helps with generalized anxiety. Hope that's helpful. All right. Okie dokie, smokies. Let's see what's happening now. I want to bring this down. Why won't it let me bring this down? I don't know. All right. Da, 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 da. Anxiety, what to eat and drink. Again, so yeah, look at those things. Lots of fat, lots of fat. 6, 8 tablespoons a day of fat. Don't start there. We always work up in gaps. We always work up. And then good salt. Fat, salt. Nervines. How about lemon balm tea? How about chamomile tea? I would be drinking teas. I would be practicing breathing exercises. I would be doing yoga or something that'll help you calm down. Yeah. Anxiety is always multifaceted. It's never just one thing, I think. All right. Dear Niska wants to know, can you suggest any kind of basic tea cookie recipe? Not sweet much, but tasty. Found the Australia GAPS basic, but it says it's for GAP stage 6. So, you know, Niska, what I would do is I would strongly suggest that you do take some nut or seed flour, so almond or any other nut flour, sunflower seed flour, and I would ferment it with whey or yogurt just to cookie dough consistency. That's the key. Not wet. And I'd ferment it for, 24 hours or so. I'd add a little bit of vanilla that you make yourself, or that's clean that you buy. And that would be a great tea cookie recipe. Then I'd roll it out and I'd cut it up and bake it. That's what I would do. Try it. And you could do that. I mean, frankly, I would do that stage 4. No problem. Yeah. And I'd love to see the GAPS Australia basic cookie recipe. See what Linda's doing, but I don't have it, so I can't speak on it. But stage 4 would be, you'd be able to do that. Any holiday cookie options? I know. I have to tell you, folks, I really miss doing my work. I really miss working, which is why I'm with you today. I've been back and forth to the hospital, twice a day, every day for 10 days. And I just don't have a lot of mental time to do much. But let me see what I can do about cookie recipes and throw it on my blog, which would be simplybeingwell.com. That's my website. You can look at articles. You can search holiday cookie recipe. Did I do holiday stuff? Let me think about whether or not I actually did some. I know I've done holiday stuff for plan to eat people. Let me write it down. If I don't write it down, it ain't happening. So let me look for holiday cookie GAP style. All right, and put it on the page. All right. Good. I will try, Karen. I'll do my best. All right. Hamda asks, if I have the blue book, do I still need the yellow book? So I would say no. Unless you want to learn about baby gaps, meaning my understanding, and I could look it up right now, is that the yellow book actually has a chapter on baby gaps, having a baby in the gaps family. So that's in the yellow book. So if you're looking about, look, it's falling apart. If you're looking to have a baby and you want to know about how to bring a baby onto the GAPS diet, everybody should be looking in here, 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 look in here. Okay? If not, if that's not an issue for you, then Blue Book is fine. Remembering that, sorry, I'm a little tired. Let me think. The yellow book is about brain function, and the blue book is about everything else, right? So remember, gut and psychology syndrome is the yellow book. That's brain gut function, right? And then the blue book is everything else. So that's gut function connected to all those A to Z conditions. So I would, if you have one of those conditions that she lists in A to Z, the blue book is fine. If you're trying to do brain stuff, I would go with the yellow book. They're both excellent books. Everyone should read both of them when you have a chance. But the blue book also has more recipes. So I just offer that for you. All right. Let me see what else is happening here. All right, Lee says, anxiety, how stress can derail healing? Absolutely. My 84-year-old dad was also in the hospital before Thanksgiving. Blessings, and I feel like these kinds of stressors set me back. How to recover now? Massage is great. So yes, so again, Lee, I said a bunch of stuff about anxiety, but I would really jump back on the Facebook Live that I did on trauma and stress, because I talked a while about what types of things can you do if you're not moving forward. And, we have to know that anxiety and stress is a big piece of it. So I would look there. But also, the other thing that I would say is, look at the vagus nerve exercises, everybody. Look at them. I am not well versed in them, but I know that they are very, very important. Very important. So I would look at them. Vagus, VAGUS nerve exercises, because when you are anxious, right? Like, how are you going to digest when you're like this? You're not going to digest at all. So we need you to be like, right? We need you to be in parasympathetic nervous system. We need for you to be in rest and digest, right? Or you're not going to digest, even if you source beautiful food, meaning clean food that's raised well, even if you cook it well, even if you do all of these things, you're not going to digest that food. You're going to be malnourished. No BS, folks. So look into the vagus nerve exercises. There's bunches of them all over YouTube. I haven't done any myself. I don't have anything really to point you to. And also look at the tools for trauma resolution talk that I gave. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, look at Dr. Natasha's mealtime ritual. I'm sure you all are. So Dr. Natasha's mealtime ritual, right, folks? She talks about breathing 3 deep breaths in before you eat. It's about, like, feel your feet on the ground, right? Close your eyes. 3 deep breaths will help to reset your nervous system so you can actually digest, and absorb your food. Very important stuff. Yep. All right, we've got Marie asking a question. And one more thing, Lee and everyone else, how to recover now. Inch by inch, day by day, breath by breath, meal by meal. So we just, don't look at it really, really long. Don't look too far in the future, like, but moment by moment, do the best you can. And then remember to see yourself well, Lee, and everyone else, all of us. Like, how many of us are really focusing on seeing ourselves well every day? How many of us are seeing our children well and thriving in our minds, like conjuring it in our minds? How many of us? Or are we just looking at what is? Looking at the eczema, looking at the whatever, looking at the allergies, looking at the whatever you've got going on. We have to look at what we have to be thinking about what it is we're wanting and not just focusing on what is, unless you love what is. So Lee, the thing for you and everyone else, if you feel like you've had a setback, if you feel that you're anxious, if you feel that you're not getting far enough, first of all, let's really focus on what is working. And then next of all, let's think about ourselves well. Because that's how we get there, right? That's how we get there. All right, let's go here. Marie says, my great-grandson was born premature with his intestines on the outside of his body. My cousin was born that way about 40 years ago. She's doing great. He spent 2 months in the NICU unit. Yes, he's doing well, but he cries a lot at night. Star of Bethlehem. Yes, Star of Bethlehem, Bach flower remedy. I love it. I love it for any grief, any shock, any trauma. You may also want to give him some rescue remedy because he might be frightened. Meaning, I don't want to worry you, but you know, hospitals are loud, they're cold, they have beeping going on all night long, they got beeping, they've got alarms, they've got all this garbage, right? Like, so you may want to give him some rescue remedy also, because rescue remedy is known as 5-flower essence. 5 flowers. So if he is panicked, you know, there's rock rose for terror. There's mimulus for I'm afraid of that sound. Or I'm afraid I'm going to get stuck again. Or I'm afraid mommy's not here. Or whatever it is. So 5 flowers, 5-flower formula is known. Rescue remedy is the 5-flower formula. I would do both. And you could, you know, with children, you could put a drop on the top of his head. You could put a drop in his water. You could, you know, if he has an injury from surgery, you could just a little drop on the injury or not, or just, you know, waft it over to see if you can do that for him. Yeah. All right. Blessings to your beloved great-grandson. The other thing you may want to do, Marie, and everyone else, is take your great-grandson to an osteopath. A doctor of osteopathy or a craniosacral therapist. I prefer biodynamic craniosacral, BCST. We need to move the trauma out of that little tiny person now. Gently, easily. Flower remedies are great. Craniosacral therapy is great. It'll help re-regulate his dysregulated nervous system. I hope that's helpful. Okay, iodine for Uma. Sure, I could talk iodine. Iodine. I would look in the blue book and I would look at what Dr. Natasha has to say about iodine. So most people on the planet, unless you live on an island or you live on a coast, most people are low in iodine. That's just a fact, unless you're eating fish every day, and we know that that's problematic also. So iodine. So iodine supplementation is a great thing to do, and most children are dramatically deficient also. So we look in the blue book and we know that on page 55, nope, that's wrong. That's about febrile seizures. We don't want seizures. Here you go. 69, page 69 in the blue book. There it is. Wait, there it is. I'm really doing this badly. That's so funny. Box, wrong box. Anyway. All right, so page 69, blue book. Dr. Natasha goes on and on about the easiest way to test for iodine deficiency. and that is with Lugol's, Lugol''S, iodine solution, 2% to 15. And you paint a patch, and painting a patch usually the size of about your palm is what I go for, or maybe even the size of your hand. And you paint it on your wrist, and you paint it on the next wrist the next night. Paint it on your abdomen. The idea is that two things. One, it's a wonderful way to supplement iodine because you are putting it on the skin and the body will take what it needs. Two, I suggest that you do it in the morning because then you can see how many hours it stayed on your skin. And if it didn't stay on your skin long enough, meaning 24 hours, then you're iodine deficient. So get yourself some organic Lugol's iodine solution and start painting. I suggest you paint in the morning because then you can say, oh my goodness, it was gone in 3 hours. Or you can say, oh my goodness, it was gone in 8 hours. Regardless, it needs to stay on your skin for 24 hours, that orange patch. If it's less than that, then you're iodine deficient. Now, if you want to supplement with iodine, you want to work with a practitioner to do that. Meaning, if you want to take it orally, you want to work with a practitioner. You don't want to... Iodine's tricky. I mean, you can read Dr. David Brownstein's iodine book. Fantastic book that you can take a look at and see what he says. Most people are very, very, very deficient in iodine, and so it's helpful. It's helpful for you to start painting. I hope that's helpful. Uma, if you have other questions, let me know. Let's see where she is. Faria says, Rescue Remedy also contains Star of Bethlehem. Do I need to buy each remedy separate, or will the combination be okay? You can just buy Rescue Remedy if you prefer. I personally work a lot with Star of Bethlehem because most of the people I work with have grief, shock, and trauma. And that's Star of Bethlehem. But other people have, terror, that's in Rescue Remedy. You have I'm afraid of something, that's in Rescue Remedy. You have impatience, like I want to get out of here, or this isn't fast enough, that's in Rescue Remedy. So there's a lot of things in Rescue Remedy. So you could just work with Rescue if you want to. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Leonie says, brilliant. Thanks. I will check YouTube. Excellent. What is the GAP's view of nutritional yeast? It's fine. Get something good. No fillers, no crap, pardon my language, no GMOs. Get something clean, and then it's fine to use for B vitamins. Yep. Usually on full GAPs, but yeah. All right. Aw, thank you, Uma. All right. Any suggestions on adding in a good quality salt? Brea Lynn, hello. Go and grab my salt video. I did a video on what is a good quality salt and how to use it. Should you have to add that slowly like sauerkraut and kefir anytime you switch from pink Himalayan to different great Celtic salts? We struggle so much with mood here. Well, I got to tell you, everybody, the best salt is Baja Gold. I'm not getting paid by those guys. I wish I were, but I'm not. But I just know that when you go to their website, Baja, B-A-J-A, Gold, salt, or Celtic salt, those are two excellent salts. They're very high in minerals. And yeah, you may, Brea Lynn and I hope I'm saying it right. Brea Lynn and everyone else, whenever you do anything in GAPS, slow, right, folks? Like slow and steady, little bits. If you're going to switch something, if we switch it fast, usually we have a problem. We have die-off, we have symptoms, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I would definitely, should you have to add that slowly? Well, I mean, you shouldn't have the same kind of die-off from salt that you have from sauerkraut and or kefir, certainly. But if it's new, just go slowly. Listen to your body. Yep. All right, let's see. Did that. Any suggestions for bedwetting kids? No plant gaps, but with sauerkraut added in. So again, Brea Lynn. So work the diet, work the diet, work the diet. What Dr. Natasha says about bedwetting kids is that is really just detoxing happening. Either there's an infection, I don't want to get you frightened about that, or it's just detoxification, meaning why would the body just at nighttime? Because it wants to get rid of all the garbage, get rid of the toxins. So as you increase the amount of fats, increase the amount of fats, increase the amount of fats. Yeah, fats, 6 tablespoons a day, 8 tablespoons a day, lots of creme fraiche, cultured cream, beautiful kefir cream. Increase the amount of fats and you increase the amount of meat stock. And again, for those who are new here that haven't heard me speak before, I always suggest that you go slowly. When I say something like 6 to 8 tablespoons of additional fat a day, I don't mean get off Facebook and go give them a stick of butter. I mean get off Facebook and give them a little bit more than they're used to, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, right? Slowly, slowly, slowly. We do this. So when I say get the meat stock up, I don't mean like go from a cup to a quart in a day. It's always slow and steady. It's always watch their bodies and their tolerance, etc. So I would just frankly be working it to the best of your ability, meaning working the diet. Yeah. Make sure they're getting enough kefir. Remember that no plant gaps has a lot of cultured dairy in it. All right. Rosa says, hello, Rosa. Thank you for doing this live, even though through the challenging time. You're welcome. Thank you for being here, because then I can remember who I am and not just a crazy hospital visitor. Okay, I'm new to GAPS. Welcome. I'm doing basically to help my daughter's arthritis. I'm trying to make this change work for me as well, but I have gallstones. So I always heard that I should do... Ah, yes, Rosa. Rosa. Have you read this yet? Everybody, read it, or read the yellow one if you prefer, but there's so much wonderful stuff about gallstones in here. Yes, GAPS would be wonderful for you. Yes, there are tools within the GAPS diet that will help you. Mostly the GAPS milkshake, which is the official recipe for the GAPS milkshake is, let's look for it. I think it's page 80. I'm getting so good at this. Page 80. Page 80. Should say, yeah. What do we do to remove bile stones and restore fat digestion? Right there. There you go. Rosa, do it. Yes, you absolutely can. GAPS will actually help you dissolve them. I can't say that because I'm not a medical doctor. But I can say it because we've had people on GAPS, gallstones, bile stones gone. Good. Rosa, your daughter is blessed to have you, helping her out with her arthritis. So remembering that arthritis happens, well, for so many reasons. But the top two things that are coming to me are she needs a lot. Anyone who's having arthritis and or joint pain of any kind, number one, remember the Wulzen factor, Wulzen, which is what you get. It's called the anti-stiffness factor from raw cream. When you ferment that cream into cultured cream, otherwise known as GAPS sour cream, it's even better for you. So that's one. And two is meat stock. Because with lots, make sure she's eating all the cartilage, all the skin. Don't start by eating all of it because she may vomit, but slowly build up to having all the cartilage, all the skin, etc. That's what she needs for her arthritis. The more nibbly bits she eats, which is Dr. Natasha's term that we love, the more nibbly bits that she eats, the better off that her arthritis will be. All right, let's see. Going down. Hello, Wanderlust Heart CB. Good to have you. I don't know your real name, but I love your handle. Okay, recommendations for healing acute UTI. FYI, currently tolerating a quarter cup of kraut and 5 tablespoons of sour cream. Great! An eighth of a teaspoon of kefir. I love it. Okay, so let me think about this. I would be putting kefir on your private parts. That would be what Dr. Natasha would say. I would be keeping a bowl. I think that's what she would say because she said it before when she's teaching with me. So bowl of kefir in your bathroom, and I would be, after you go to the bathroom, you scoop some up and you lather yourself up. Wait till it dries and off you go. Really, I would be putting kefir on your privates. It will help. Dr. Natasha says that it's a wonderful way to get the good microbes up into that area. So I would start there. Of course, you're drinking a lot of water. It's just another imbalance, right? We have another microbial imbalance. That's what you have. That's what a UTI is. It's just, I might, frankly, with you only fabulously doing a quarter cup of kraut and 5 tablespoons of cultured cream, I might add in a probiotic. I don't often say that, folks, but unless and until you can really get those good food, like if you can get to a cup and a half of kraut a day, a cup of kefir a day, which you're working towards, yay! You may want to get on a good, strong probiotic, kind of like thinking custom probiotics. 11 strain is good. It's a powder. It's clean. It's one of the original ones. It's been around a long time. That's a thought. Yeah. And then I would just look to see if Dr. Natasha says anything else under GAPS A to Z. Let's just look together for a moment. I'm looking. A to Z, GAPS 409. Let's check it out. I'm sure you've looked, but I want to see what else she has. Okay. Ooh. Bedwetting, cystitis, and urinary problems. So this is for the bedwetting, Mom, up there. I would look at problems down below, she says, and that is on page 108, Blue Book. Okay, problems down below. Urine is one of the ways toxins leave the body. I just said that. Yeah. Okay. This toxic urine, abnormal gut flora produces the toxins. There you go. So got to get that gut balanced. I'm trying to think about if she has anything about UTIs. Looking. In the meantime, do what works. Drink plenty of water. Use supplements. She has right here. We've got supplements of cranberry and mannose, MANNOSE, to reduce inflammation in the bladder. Look at this. I'm reading it to you. Apply homemade kefir or yogurt to the groin daily to populate the urethra with beneficial flora. Yes. There you go. So, let me see if there's anything else specific to UTI, but I don't think so. But let's see. STU. Nope. Read problems. That's what we've got. Mannose and cranberry. And, yeah. Okay. Let's see where we are. Hope that's helpful. Feel better, Wanderlust Heart CB. Okay. Salt we talked about. Okay. Just a quick thing. Let's see. Which magnesium would you recommend for kids? I have to tell you, I love standard process Easy Mag. Easy MG. Easy Mag. That's what I love. Oh. Where's Becky, Efren? She's not here. Maybe she is here. Hi, Becky, if you're here. I have a question. How do you treat ulcers? Ulcers are really a pain in the bazoozle, aren't they? How do you treat ulcers? Well, number one, you get off of any kind of hydrochloric acid that you might have been, right? That you might have been taking. No stomach acid boosters. How do you treat ulcers? You need soothing things depends on where it is. Is it a duodenal ulcer or is it a stomach ulcer? That's the first question I would look at. Let me just check one more thing. La 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 la. Sorry, I'm looking right now. Stomach problems. TUV. I would look under stomach problems in the blue book 453. Let's check it out. Low acid stomach. Hypochlorhydria, recurrent vomiting syndrome. Yeah. I would have to look more at this. Heal the stomach lining. Yep. But I don't have ulcers here. So let me know, Efren, if it's a stomach ulcer or it's a duodenal ulcer. There are different ulcers. We'll go from there. All right. Uma asks an easy one. When you soak almond seeds, do you need to dry or just do whatever you want? When you soak almond seeds in water and salt, you can either just drain them and then stick them in the refrigerator because they'll be a little bit wet, or dry them in the dehydrator or dry them in the oven. Either way, you don't have to do any of it. Do what works for you, right? Okay, Hamda asks, let's see where we are. Thank you, Monica. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Good. Even Braylin says we used kefir directly on the area. Good. Lee, thank you for throwing Joette's thing in there. Excellent. We love homeopathics. Let's see. Our two oldest struggled with this. Thank you, Carol. Hello, Carol. Good to have you. Thank you for sharing there. What is the best way to wash fruits and vegetables? Here's the thing, folks. If they're spraying your fruits and vegetables with glyphosate, it's going in the fruits and vegetables. Problem. So you can't scrub it off. There are some people who use a drop of vinegar in water for scrubbing fruits and vegetables. I would just look it up online and see what works for you. Let's see. Faria wants to know, with the iodine patch test, can I paint more than the size of the palm of my hand? Yes, you absolutely may. The question is, just make sure you're painting the same size every day so that you can see if you are absorbing enough. Okay, so that's good. Good, good, good. Anytime we add it. Cod liver oil. Lena asks, is it best to take with the butter oil as WAPF? I just answered this for somebody else today. Yes, not here on my email. Absolutely. Why? Lena and everyone else. Why do we take butter oil or ghee with cod liver oil? Because it makes it exponentially more effective in your body. Do it. Yes. Yeah, I wrote a whole thing on cod liver oil on my blog, simplybeingwell.com. You can check that out. But yes, and it's not just WAPF. It's really Weston Price himself said that he did all the research on that. So yes. I'm looking. Okay, Hamda wants to know, there are lots of bones in an animal. To make bone marrow, do I need specific bones? Yes. Usually, you're going to get the most bone marrow from mammals from the long bones. Okay? From the long bones. That means like their legs is really where you get the most marrow from in any animal for the most part. So that's what you're looking for, the long bones, leg bones, etc. All right. I don't know why they won't let me go up anymore. Let's see. I have feet and hands cold like freezing at nighttime. Oh yeah, don't do it on your hand. Uma, don't do it on your hand. Just make it the size of your hand on your wrist or on your abdomen. Oh, thanks, Niska. I'll check that out for sure. Right. Any suggestions for keeping the iodine off of your clothing and your house? It always gets onto everything. Yeah, paint before you get dressed. Right? Let it dry. Paint it let it dry, and then get dressed. That's what I would do. Yes, cabbage juice heals ulcers. Absolutely. So you'll find cabbage juice and you'll find the protocol under stomach problems in the blue book. Absolutely. Thank you for putting that in there. All right. Canker sores in the mouth. Canker sores in the mouth is lack of calcium. So let's get some more calcium in your body. That's what canker sores mean. That's called tissue calcium starvation. Let's get some calcium into you. I have been struggling with hair loss, and after COVID last month, I lost a ton more. Yeah. My friends gasped when they saw me this weekend after not seeing each other for some time. What does hair loss tell us? So, I cannot. Okay, I'll put it this way. Hair loss can be because of yeast overgrowth, believe it or not. It also can just be that you have a microbial imbalance in your scalp. So, so that's what should you focus on? I would focus on more and more and more beneficial microbes in your diet. And I would also focus on trying to think of what else would be really good for you. So again, we just need to get more good microbes in your diet. And I would also focus on what do we need for hair and skin and everything else. Collagen from meat stock. I'm thinking it would be really good for you to massage your scalp with olive oil. That's what we do when we have yeast problems. So folks, if you have a child with cradle cap, I'm not saying that's what's going on for you, Wanderlust, Heart CB, but if you have a child with cradle cap, crusty stuff, that is yeast. So what do? We massage it with olive oil, we take a comb and we pull it out, right? And then we allow for new growth. So I would massage your head a lot, and I would be, you might even, I don't know, it's kind of kooky, but you might want to give yourself a kaffir massage in your head, right? Just massage some on your scalp. Put a towel or shower cap on overnight, and then what else? Rinse it out in the morning. I mean, I think it's a great idea, personally. You know that whenever we have any questions, what's the answer? More kefir. More kefir. More kefir. All right. All right. My daughter, Caroline. Hello, Caroline. Hello to everyone I haven't said hello to. All right. Caroline says, my daughter is 14 months on GAPS, but still has yeast overgrowth. She has a rash around her mouth. Is it okay to just remove fruit and nuts and stay on full GAPS for a while, or do we also have to go back to intro? I think that's a great idea. So yes, Dr. Natasha has been really clear that if you have yeast overgrowth, taking out fruit and nuts is a really, really good idea. I personally would say required. Yes, I would do that, and I would also do a lot of kefir with her. Remember, yeast means you need kefir, milk, kefir cream, kefir cream. That's what you need to do. And then at some point, maybe when you have a vacation time, when she's home from school, you can do a reset. Go back to intro stage 1 for 3 days, then go to stage 2, sit there for a couple of days and see what kind of healing you get. Right? It's an idea. All right. I'm going. It won't let me keep going up. I'm not sure why. Hi, Dana. Yes, thank you. Hope to see you. I hope your dad's doing a bit better. He is doing a bit better, yes. Yes, he is. Thank you. I was wondering if you had any thoughts on fulvic acid supplementation. Fulvic acid, as in fulvic acid, is it in the same category as zeolite and humic acid? Dana, throw that in there and let me see. Okay, does it have glycerin in it? I bought it oh yeah. If Lugol's has glycerin in it, it won't dry. Good. Pardon me, Niska, really good on there. Good question. Ooh, look at that. Woohoo! Basic gaps. Oh, yeah. Make sure to get, please explain why we can't do L. Whoever said you couldn't do L-Ruti yogurt, Marie? Did I say it? I hope not. I don't even know what that is. That's just one specific type of microbe, right? One type of microbe in the yogurt. So please explain to me in the chat or in the comments why you think you can't. Then I can tell you more. That would be helpful. You are welcome, Hamda. Okay. All right, Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth says, with canker sores, be sure to get sodium lauryl sulfate-free toothpaste. Yes. Good. Oh, I should have put this as the thing to get. Here's my thought, folks. Ready? Dr. Natasha's latest and greatest toothpaste recipe. Here's what she says. I just got this last week because we taught together on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, brush your teeth with oil of some sort. That's either olive oil or coconut oil. And then finish with zeolite. How do you like that? Just get a bucket of zeolite powder, Zeolite. Make sure it's natural and comes from only natural sources. And then brush your teeth with that, and off you go. Yeah, Marie, give me more. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I don't know about the L-Ruti yogurt or why anyone would say you can't do. I mean, here's the reality. Yes, it does. Thank you. Did you switch? Yes, switch brands. Okay. I just thought you said it was because of the inulin or potato starch. So, couple of things. I don't know, Marie, but no inulin, no potato starch on GAPS. Those two things are what we call prebiotics. They are starch. So the word starch in potato starch should give you a clue that it's not okay on GAPS. Just saying, if you see the word starch, out of here. We need to remember that when we're making any cultured dairy products, the more species, the better. The more microbes, the better. That's what you want. You want a robust microbial population in your gut, in your eyeballs, in your ears, on your scalp, in your groin, everywhere. We want a robust microbial population. So when we start doing things like I'm making yogurt with this one microbe, it's not a good idea. In my not humble opinion, if GAPS is about robust microbiome, then what we want is lots of species. That's why kefir, eventually when you get to kefir, you have a lot more microbes than you'll ever have in yogurt. Okay? Recipe for what, Marie? I'll look on Amazon reading ingredients right now. Recipe for making yogurt or kefir? They're in the yellow book, they're in the blue book, so I would look there first. They're certainly in my book. All right, let me look and see if there's anything else. Fulvic acid supplementation. All right, I want to see if there's anything else. I'm not sure why they won't let me see more of the questions. I know there were more questions up there. Let me see. Open, default, blah, 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 remove. No, I don't want any of that. Go away, go back up here. Let's see. I know I missed a couple questions, folks. So I will go back after this time and find them. I know I missed a few questions up there, and it's not letting me go back up. I don't know why. It's the first time I'm using this computer for this. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I have bought the fulvic acid together with nano zeolite from Touchstone Essentials. Yes. I love them. I love Touchstone Essentials. Go for it. Yes. Very good, Dana. Yep. All right, folks, we're a little bit over. I cannot thank you enough for joining me today. I really have enjoyed being here and working this side of my brain. I am hoping that you're all doing well. Blessings on you, on your children, on your partners and your spouses and your mates and your parents and the farmers and the earth and the cows and all of those beautiful people who bring us raw milk. Blessings on Weston A. Price Foundation. Blessings on GAPS Training LLC. Blessings on Dr. Natasha and all of you. Blessings, blessings. I wish you a wonderful week, and I will see you here next Tuesday. Let's plan on it. I would love to see you all here next Tuesday. And as you can see, I am back on the page as much as I can be, and really loving being in contact with you there. So, blessings to you all, and I will see you next week. Okay. Be well, everybody. Bye now. Thank you, Veronica. I will try to be healthy. Yes. Thank you, Niska. And I will let you know if I do a little blog on cookies, Christmas cookies, holiday cookies, whatever they are. I'll post to this page so you'll know. You're welcome, Karen. Okay. Be well, everyone. Take good care now. Bye.